Hello and welcome to our video coding webinar. My name is Maria Klusmann and I'm from the marketing team. And before we get started, I'd like to introduce you with our webinar software. As you can see, you have this control panel, which you can flexibly collapse and expand. And for the whole webinar, you are muted. But if there are any sound issues, please click on the hand symbol and give us a sign so that we can fix technical problems. Also, if you have any questions during the webinar, feel free to type them into the chat window. We will collect all your questions, and at the end of the presentation, we will give you the answers to them. And the last thing, as you can see, is that we have uploaded 2 documents in the control panel. The first one is the video coding data sheet. This is just a 2-pager where you can find the most important information about our video coding solution. And the second is the webinar presentation. Feel free to download it, otherwise you will receive it tomorrow when we send you a follow-up email which includes these documents and also the webinar recording and some other information about video coding. So I think that's from my side. I hope you will enjoy the webinar now, and I hand over to my colleague Katja Peschke.
Thank you very much, Maria, for the introduction. Also from my side, a warm welcome to our webinar today. Before we dive into our topic, I want to introduce myself. My name is Katja Peschke. I'm Director Sales at Spectos, and I work in Spectos since 13 years now. And over the years, I became an expert in digitization and customer success. Today, I want to introduce you to our solution for video coding. But before we start, we will have a look into the process of sorting from letters and parcels. So every day, a lot of letters and parcels arrives in the sorting center. So I think each of you knows this picture and know how important it is to do all the coding and all the sorting very fast. And with a very high quality to make sure that the letters and parcels arrives to the correct receiver. All of these letters and parcels were for years captured and handled manually. And later on the next step, then the sorting machines became known in the market. And with the sorting machine, it was very easy to sort a lot of letters and parcels in a small time. But still, there are data that cannot be sorted automatically by the sorting machine and need to be handled manually or in the second step called video coding. But how does this process work? So we have sorting machines. For example, this is a sorting machine for letters. The sorting machines for parcels are similar to this, but much bigger and with a very long conveyor belt, sometimes along the whole sorting center. For the sorting machines, we have 3 sections. So the first section is the pickup section, where the machine leader puts the letters or the parcels on the machine. And in the second section, it's the address reading section. Here, an OCR inside the machine reads the address. And we have the third section. It's a long conveyor belt with a lot of boxes to the left and to the right, and each box stands for one sorting code. So after the person put the letters on the machine, inside the address scanning section, we have 3 steps. So the first step is that the system make a picture from the letter or the parcel. And in the second step, an OCR tries to read the address on the address label. And if it was possible to read the address, the system searched in a database with all addresses and sorting codes to find the correct sorting code for that address. And if it was possible to find them, it goes along the conveyor belt and fell into the correct box, or it goes to the correct place if it's a parcel. And in this case, the sorting is done and no further steps are necessary to do sorting. But as you know, it is good to have an automation, but 3 up to 7% of all shipments cannot be sorted automatically from the system. And for this part, a second step is needed. One solution is to handle all of these shipments manually. So it means you need staff inside the sorting center. They look on each address and look for the correct sorting code and put it in the correct box or in the correct place if it's a parcel. But in this case, you need to have the persons there. Another solution is that you use video coding. It means that these images from letters and parcels will send to a system, and then a person can see the pictures on the screen, can capture the address and pick up the correct sorting code. And for this step, it's not necessary to have this stuff available in the sorting center. But before we talk about the solution, let's talk about the reasons why an address cannot be sorted automatically. We have two main reasons. One reason is that for any reason, it was not possible to read the address. For example, when you have printed backgrounds, or there was a reflection, or sometimes a part of the address is outside the field, or other reasons are that the handwritten is very bad, or you have addresses on multiple lines. This especially can happen when you get sendings from, for example, China or another country that have different address marks as we have. And sometimes also the letters or the address labels are folded. Another main reason is that the system was able to read the address, but was not able to find the sorting code inside the database. This, for example, happens when there is a mistake on the address. For example, the postcode is not correct, or there was missing letter on the street, and then the system is not able to handle it automatically, and the second step is needed. What are the challenges with these 3 up to 7% that cannot be handled automatically? So one challenge is you have high costs to have the staff available who can do this coding. And also often problem is in the sorting centers, we have staff fluctuations, and this is a task. It's not a difficult task, but you need to be very flexible, and you need to have a lot of skills to do this task with a high quality. And the challenge is you need staff which is very fast and has a high quality. Another challenge for you in the sorting center is that you have seasonal and also daily fluctuations. Sometimes the volumes are low, sometimes the volumes are high. And when you have very high volumes, for example, because one sender has a mistake in the address and there a lot of tasks are in the video coding, then you need to have a high volume of people there to do the tasks. And it's also a challenge for quality, because you need to do the tasks very fast, but with a high quality to meet delivery times and also to make sure that you not have any returns. So let's talk about the Spectos solution and how we can help with this step. As I told you before, for the video coding, it is not necessary to have staff available inside the sorting center. People from outside can connect to the video coding system and can do the tasks from all over the world. How does it work? We still have the machine leader that puts the letters on the machine, and the address scanning that tries to read the address, make the picture, and also search for the sorting code inside the database. If the system was not able to set a sorting code, all of these letters or parcels fell into a separate box or in a separate place, and the images will forward to the video coding solution. A lot of providers from sorting machines offer this video coding solution. Then we as Spectos connect to this solution. We can see the address on the screen, can capture the address and pick the correct sorting code. And then the next image will load. We can capture the address, pick the correct sorting code, and so on. After all of these video coding tasks are done, the machine leader on the machine can put all of these letters on the machine again. And now The system reads the barcode which was printed on the letter at the first round and can see, oh, okay, for this letter or for this parcel, I have a sorting code inside my database. And now the system knows what is the correct box or the correct place for this letter or for this parcel and can forward it along the conveyor belt. There are still a few letters that also cannot be handled from a video at the video coding step. For example, it was only the background visible, or there is something strange at the address, but only this small part will need to be handled manually by a person inside the sorting center, or sometimes it needs to get returned to the sender because the address maybe was completely wrong. But what are the benefits to hand over such kind of task to Spectos? Yeah, the first benefit is you save money. We talk about up to 40% cost reduction, and we all know that the minimum wages increase, so this reduction will be increased too. We have attractive volume-based conditions. It means that it's always also interesting for you when you have only a small video coding volume. And we offer click-based costs. So it means you not pay a person or pay per hour, you pay per task that we have done for you. Another benefit is flexibility. We provide our service 24/7, and we have a high amount of specialized users, so we can easily add more users when you have days with a high volume, and we also can set these people into other projects when you have days with low volume. So you no longer need to adjust your own personal staff to make sure that you keep the delivery time. And it's also a benefit of quality. What we offer is a specialized team which is well trained, but means that we have lower delivery returns. And we work at your time. So it means you start with the production, we start with the coding. So for this, we will have a special level agreements. And we support all of the current systems, for example, Bluecrest or Böwe or Bell & Howell. But also when you have an own system, we can work with your own system. We only need to have the possibility to connect to the system and see the information, and then we also can work on your video coding tasks. A special part of video coding that sometimes also is requested is the N-label digitization. We also offer the possibility to capture these kind of data. So for example, the information about the goods that are inside the package, or the weight, or also the value of these goods. When we talk about we capture it for you, we have a specialized and scalable team to support each video coding project. Currently, we talk about 120 people that work on different video coding tasks for currently 22 different customers. And we, like I said, we offer this service 24/7, 365 days a year if necessary. You can see that we started in 2017 with around 800,000 letters per month, and now we are at 4,400,000 letters that we code each month. And customers that we provide our solutions are sitting here in Germany, where our headquarters is located, but also in other countries, for example, in Lithuania or in Denmark. When you want to find out more about our video coding solution, and especially to find out how high or better how low are the costs for you when you outsource these tasks to Spectos, you can visit our new video coding Postal companies page, where you have a calculator, so you can calculate your costs for outsourcing of the video coding. And now I hope that we have some questions that you want to answer from my side. Maria, do we have any questions?
Yes, at first, thanks a lot for this really interesting presentation, Katja. Let's jump into the questions and see what's there. Okay, here's the first question. How long does it take to set up a video coding project?
Okay, this is a good question. So it depends a little on how fast we can build the connection to your system. What I always recommend is to pick one of your IT guys and one of our IT guys, set them together and let them talk about how they build up the connection with the VPN tunnel. And after this is done, we can start with the coding. During the time when the IT prepares the connection, we can work on to define the SLAs, and also that you hand over to us the rules for the coding, and we start to train our staff. And as soon as we can connect to your system, then we are ready to start with the video coding.
Thank you, Katja. And we have a second question here, which is, do you offer some other support in the field of data capture?
Yes, we do. So video coding is one thing that we offer. Another thing that we offer is, for example, return management. So it had also to do with the with postal services. So you know that sometimes letters or parcels cannot be delivered to the receiver for any reason, and they came back to the sorting center. And what we do is we capture the addresses and also do a research inside of databases, and if customers want this, also by phone and web, to find a new address. Another thing that we also offer is handwritten documents, to capture information from handwritten documents, or to capture data from one system into another system. What we say is, when you have something you want to have captured, and we have the possibility to see the information, then we can do the capture. We can capture it in your internal system, or we capture it offline and forward you the information in any form that you want. So when you have something in mind that could be interesting, then please reach out to me, and then we can discuss your use case, and I'm sure we will find a solution to do this data capture for you.
Thank you. So I think that's all with the questions, and now we are at the end of our webinar. Before we finish it, I have two information for you. The first is that besides our video coding solution, Spectos offers a lot of more solutions for postal operators for quality management and performance monitoring. So for example, we have a solution for transit time measurements or a live tracking portal, and some services and solutions in the field of customer experience management. So if you want to know more about these solutions, feel free to visit our website on spec.com, or if you have any specific questions, contact our experts via email to info@spec.com. And the second information is that after the event, you will see a short survey. Feel free to give us feedback so that we can improve our webinars. And yes, we are really happy for every feedback we get. So that's from my side. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. Thanks a lot for your attention. I wish you a very nice week. And yes, I think the last words are from my colleague Katja Peschke, and from my side, goodbye.
Also from my side, thank you for your attention today. Whenever you have any questions about video coding or data capture, you can reach out to me. As Maria told you, you will also get the slides from this presentation, and then you have my contact details. Connect to me via LinkedIn or book an appointment on my calendar, and we can discuss your use case directly. And now I wish also a very nice afternoon or evening or wherever you are, and a nice week.